What if I told you there's a place deep in the heart of America where children aren't just taught about faith, they're trained to become warriors in a spiritual battle? A place where science lessons don't follow textbooks but instead rewrite history to fit a strict religious narrative, where the line between faith and fact isn't just blurred, it's completely erased. Welcome to Jesus Camp. At first glance, it looks like any other summer camp, kids running around, singing songs, playing games. But look closer. Here, faith is more than a belief system. It's a mission to reclaim a nation, and these children are the foot soldiers. When I first watched the documentary Jesus Camp, I was stunned. Children as young as 6 being taught that creationism isn't just a religious story or metaphor, it's the only scientific truth. Evolution, they're told it's a lie, a deception designed to pull people away from God. Doubt, questioning, those are not encouraged. They're seen as dangerous threats to their salvation. In these homes and classrooms, science and faith are fused into one rigid worldview. Dinosaurs didn't live millions of years ago, they lived alongside humans. The Earth is only a few thousand years old, not billions, and if you dare question this, you're not just wrong, you're committing a sin. But it's not only what they're taught, it's how they're rallied. At Jesus Camp, children are dressed in military style, fatigues, marching, and chanting slogans like, "This means war." But this war isn't fought with guns or bombs. It's a spiritual war against secularism, abortion, and anything that challenges their beliefs. These kids are told their prayers can influence the highest courts in the land. They're encouraged to protest abortion clinics, to pray for conservative judges, and to see themselves as the generation destined to bring America back to God. The emotional intensity is overwhelming. Children break down in tears, confessing sins not only of their own but of the entire nation. They plead for forgiveness and healing, believing that their prayers and promises can change the course of history, and they believe it with all their hearts. Let me introduce you to some of these children. Levi, a 12-year-old boy who preaches passionately, convinced that his generation will usher in the second coming of Christ. Rachel, a young girl who boldly evangelizes to strangers at a bowling alley, determined to save souls. And Tori, a girl who loves to dance, but struggles with the fear that dancing might lead her away from God's path. Their childhoods are anything but ordinary. They are steeped in a fervor most adults would find hard to comprehend. The leaders of Jesus Camp insist that there is no political agenda, but the evidence tells a different story. Anti-abortion rallies, prayers for conservative Supreme Court justices, and even a cardboard cutout of President George W. Bush placed on stage alongside religious symbols. These are not coincidences. Welcome to a world where faith and politics collide, creating a potent and some say dangerous mix. The Jesus Camp. Here, children are raised in an environment where faith is presented as absolute fact, and questioning is discouraged or punished. But what happens to a child growing up in this crucible? Are we witnessing the birth of a new political and religious movement through these young minds? Or are we witnessing the loss of something far more fragile and precious, the ability to think independently and critically? In the documentary Jesus Camp, we are shown a world where childhood innocence is intertwined with adult agendas, where faith melds with activism, shaping the future of a nation one summer at a time. As you delve into this world, ponder this: are these children being inspired to lead meaningful, faith-filled lives, or are they being indoctrinated into a rigid ideology with no room for doubt or difference? The answer isn't simple, and the implications are profound. If Jesus Camp has left you shocked, curious, or uneasy, I encourage you to engage with us. Subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments below. Where do we draw the line between nurturing belief and imposing ideology? What does the future hold for these children and for all of us? Thank you for watching. For more insights into the surprising and unsettling aspects of American life, remember to subscribe and ring the bell. Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and keep questioning. Together we can explore the complexities of faith, politics, and the shaping of young minds in today's world.